This song has accompanied me throughout my career. Today is more difficult than yesterday. So, before I start to talk to you on the topic which is critical to me, I mean the importance of education, I would like to tell you two things about me. I mean, how I got here and why I'm here. I'm 58, but I don't want to tell you the story of my life. Yet I want you to know that I have 4 children. I was married twice. I've been in this business for almost 20 years. Before I started this business, I had owned companies in the building sector. I had a joinery shop. I produced furniture, fixtures. I also made furniture for boats until at the beginning of 1999. A colleague of mine invited me to an event, to a meeting. He told me, "I want to show you a new world." I always adhered to traditional ways in HR management in addressing challenges. Just imagine that in 1976, at 16, I launched my first company. I was the youngest entrepreneur in Italy, with the signatures, special permits, but I had clear, well-defined ideas. My fault is that if I take it into my head to do something, I have to do it. Whether it's good or bad, I have to do it. And then, knowing my character well, he said, "I want to introduce you to a new world, something that will make you free to do what you want to do." He brought me to a presentation, and I entered the world of network marketing in the field of insurance. They taught me how to sell life insurance policies. I did it only for about a year, because I realized that I was coming to people's homes to tell them that they could get rich only if they die. And I didn't like it at all. In the meantime, however, another colleague told me, "There is something that, in my opinion, will change your life." 1 year later, I went to a second presentation. We are talking about the year 2000. It was a different company. They spoke of ecology. This company spoke of pollution, spoke of a revolutionary product that would change the world in terms of pollution. I fell in love with that company, but at the moment there were problems with my own company. I had millions in debts. We are talking about the year 2000, and I had 400 million old lira of debts, which is about 200,000 euros today. There was only one opportunity, but to take that opportunity in 2000 they asked me for 9 million lira. It was a great deal of money. For someone who had so many millions in debts, it was difficult to borrow the sum. But I wanted to do it. As I said before, if I put something in my head, I do it. Going to France to ask them for 9 million was almost impossible. Nobody would have given you this sum. I called home. My wife said, "I'm not coming back tonight." I took the car. I went to see everyone I knew, friends or not, and I asked 5,000, 10,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. I spent 23 hours practically begging from door to door. I raised 9,300,000 lira. At 5 o'clock the next day I had the money for that franchise. I went to the office, registered, and the owner of that company said to me, "If you listen to me, in a year you will be able to pay off your debts." I thought it was impossible, but he taught me 2 simple things, very, very simple. He taught me the rules of the network. He taught me to respect the rules, but above all made me realize that if you want to have success in life, you have to make people successful, you have to love people, you have to put your heart into your work. And I worked for this company for 2 years. Over the 2 years, between 2000 and 2002, I opened 22 offices, working with the product whose promotion cost me 9 million lira, which then turned into 9,000 euros. I enrolled almost 10,000 people. Their commission earnings totaled 3 billion. I myself earned 2.5 billion. I put my heart into that company. I saw people solving their problems, paying back loans, making other people happy. But it was the product that bothered the powers that be, gave annoyance to authorities. That was when we faced difficulties. Politicians tried to clip our wins by all means, but they didn't manage to do it legally. And one fine day, on the 8th of October 2002, the dream was over. I worked 18, 19 hours a day. I solved a lot of problems. And what was the result? I found myself in the tax office, and they arrested me. They closed the company. They accused us of having deceived people. I spent 92 days in prison for network marketing. But I tell you one thing. If I could go back, I would do it all again, because I helped 100 people. But even if I had solved the problem just for one person during the 90 days of my life, it would have been worth it. Believe me, it was worth it. When the case was over, it took me 10 years to have all charges dropped, whatever. I tried to make 2 networks of my own. They clipped my wings and made me close them immediately. They ruined at least 5 years of my life. I came back to my everyday life. I lost my family because I believed in a dream. I had the dream of helping people. I had the dream of doing something that no one had ever done. I didn't know what exactly it was, but I had it in my head. And unfortunately, they prevented me from doing so. I had to go look for another network, and I found it. The job didn't satisfy me until, we're talking about the present day, I met a person. I told you about him yesterday. Who came to me to present a project, something that I didn't immediately believe, because I was doing something else. But he signed me up, he kept me in the loop, he acquainted me with other people, and a few months ago, 7, 8 or 9 months ago, he introduced me to the top executives of the company. On the 25th of October last year, he invited me to make a presentation where there was Andrei and other representatives of this company. And I saw it was a chance to make my dream come true. Those who have done the course know that we ask you to write down your dreams. During the game you wrote down a dream. Good. I also have a dream of a lifetime. I want to buy an island. I want to set up a training academy on that island, an academy that will educate people economically, ecologically, ethically, an academy that I will found with my colleagues and that will be an absolutely non-profit social organization. It won't be a school operating for profit. It will be a school designed to help people. And being in this company, I realized that throughout my life, the only thing that has never let me lose ground, that has never made me say it's enough, was education. Whenever I saw a theme that interested me, I moved on. I went to school. I learned. Every year I had to reset my life experience. Because when you start a new job, or even if you are number one in your business, if they tell you, we have to start from scratch, and listen to me, you have to do that if you want to succeed. If you want to be successful, you shouldn't think of money. If you want to be successful, you have to do 2 things. 1. Realize your personal mission. 2. Put it into your head that you must make the people you involve successful because you take responsibility for those people, the people who see in you the possibility of achieving the economic and emotional stability and getting the pleasure of doing a job that they love. You don't take responsibility only for them, but their families, their future, their initial illusions and their later dreams. So if you decide to embark upon their career, if you decide to continue doing this, Be aware of the fact that you take responsibility for people you are working with. And the first thing that you have to do for these people is, first of all, to love them unconditionally, regardless of their flaws, skin color, or skill. Don't think about a return they can bring to you. Think about what you can do for them. Think about what you can do for those people. Don't think that people are obliged to do things for you, because we all live on this planet, but the planet owes nothing to us. The earth owes nothing to us. It is we who owe to others. We must change instead of others adjusting to us. We are constantly repeating you must continue your financial education, study the world's economic evolution. But while we teach you to manage 20 products, do not forget point 1. The best investment that one can make is to invest in oneself. If I'm educated, if I'm prepared, if I'm at the height of the situation, the rest will follow. But if I start from point 2 and I have no skills, I have no knowledge, but above all I have no peace inside, I will not get anything. Maybe you'll get money but lose your friends. Perhaps success will come, but you will never be a leader. Maybe you'll get everything you dreamt of, but you will remain unhappy. There is a story where they say that once a king decided to find the shirt of the happiest man in the world, and he discovered that the happiest man in the world was a blacksmith who was working shirtless. It's not what you wear, not how you look like, but what's inside of you that really matters, guys. First, work hard with all your heart, then get your mind right, and never stop giving. Follow those who have already succeeded, abide by the rules. Go all the way, even if you think you are better. You will always find someone else who is better than you. So if you want to be successful, I'll give you some advice. But I'm not talking about economic success. I'm not talking about millions, because they will come anyway. I'm talking about your success as a person. When you get up in the morning, look in the mirror and say spontaneously, I love you, and I'm saying it to you, and I'm saying it to all the people in the world. Right at the moment, you are a successful person. I want you to know that this company is headed by 2 people who have been following these principles for more than 20 years, I believe. They didn't think about themselves and started the path to change the world, one at 40, the other at 20. I don't know if many of you would agree, but I realized a short time ago that I'm not doing a job. I'm not managing people, I'm not leading a team, and I'm not putting together a bunch of people to work together. We are building something as great, excuse me for the comparison, as what happened 2,000 years ago, when thanks to one person an idea was born to change the way of thinking and reasoning in the whole world. We are a bit lucky. It's not the right comparison to do, but let me do it. We have the 2 men who have decided to change the world in all ways, guys. It's not about money, it's not about transport, it's not about personal wealth, but it's all about the task of being able to radically change the way of thinking, the way of doing things, the way of life. Today it may seem absurd to think this way, but try to close your eyes and imagine the world you want. I don't think any one of you imagines a world full of concrete, full of chaos or confusion. We all imagine something that has to do with peace, something that has to do with inner well-being, happiness. Imagine smiling all the time. So all I can tell you is keep learning and love each other. It is the only path to success. Thank you and the best of luck.